casting a show match today between TheZergLord and Antis. And I am going to be joined with N2O as my co-caster. Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
what's
guy.
up?
Not much. What you up to?
Not much. Just been laddering today.
All right. Just getting off the Alpha Team League cast for EU. So
Right.
I got my vocal cords all warmed up for you, so it's gonna be great.
Nice, that's good.
Hey, yeah. So this is on the Alpha X main stream, right?
Yeah, the Africa channel.
Oh, the Africa channel. That's not through Twitch, then, is it?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay. Spicy. Ah, does this have a dark mode? Please tell me it has a dark mode.
I don't think so.
Oh. My eyes. Oh, well, I didn't even have to look up anything. I can literally see Alpha XSC2 right on the front page. There we go. Cool. Well, I gotta make an account for this. This will be interesting.
Oh, yeah. Or you can log in with Google.
I can hear my voice in the background. I could log in. Have some data, Google.
Excuse me.
Your username must be 6 to 12 characters. God damn it. -5. I don't know. What should I add? What's a good number here?
84103.
I am not gonna remember that. Okay. What, is that like your zip code or something?
No.
Just came up with it off the top of your head and it's 5 digits long. Wow, okay. Okay, N2O with another O. No, that looks N2O. Do they take exclamation points? Probably not. They do not. Okay. N2OX. That looks really stupid, but we're gonna go with it. I am not a robot. Why won't it let me sign up? Why is it grayed out? Ah! Doesn't want me to sign up, I guess.
Well, the game is starting, so.
Okay, well, that's fine. I don't need an Africa TV account. We can just get straight into it. Okay. Ooh, Antis is here. Hello, Antis. It'll be interesting.
Alright, so let's get this started. It's a best of 9, correct?
I literally was told I was doing this like 10 minutes ago, so I'm not sure. I'll take your word for best of 9, though.
Yeah, I think it is.
7 or 9 sounds like a generally good rule of thumb, so...
Yeah, the Pro Series are usually best of 9, so we're just gonna go with that.
That sounds right.
Alright, so spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player, the Red Zerg. His name is TheZergLord from Tri-A.
And its top right-hand corner as our blue Protoss player from Alpha X. It is Antis.
So I have some facts here about this matchup. Antis was a 6K Zerg, but he recently switched to Protoss. His toss is around 300 to 400 MMR below ZergLord's. So a little bit of an underdog here today, but also Antis says he's best with his PVZ right now.
That's
probably
good.
his strongest matchup.
Isn't Antis GM with all the races?
I'm not sure. I've never seen him play Terran, but possibly.
I think I've seen him at least 2 or 3 times in different spots on GM ladder as different races, but I don't know, I could be mistaken. It's been a little while since I've taken a look at the GM ladder. It's not like it's very imperative to my particular ladder rankings as a Diamond player, but...
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that if you can get 6K with any race, you can probably get GM with any race. You know? If you can get 6K
yeah, because
with
once you
race.
reach a certain point of just capabilities, like your macro will be on point as long as you just know what to build, and
Yep.
your micro is pretty much going to be like up to par no matter what you want to do. So I can understand that, no problem. So ZergLord here has got his speed on the way and a Roach Warren, and it's already sending Paralings across the map. I do imagine that this is probably something fairly aggressive.
Yeah, that's a very fast Roach Warden.
Oh, he's just scouting for proxies. Look at them little lings. Kind of hopping around like little mutated bunnies with claws. Like cricket bunnies? I don't know.
So I just checked Antis's vision. He doesn't know about the Roach Warden, but he did send a scout.
Okay, well, yeah, he's got an adept going across the map. He does have 2 lings that got through the natural wall in his main base. It'll take out a couple probes here, no doubt. So certainly going to get that one. Maybe another 1 or 2. But there is an adept here to help clean it out. ZergLord will mostly, or is mostly doing this for scouting information anyways. That probe was just a bit of an added bonus. Just poking away at those. Meanwhile, the adept at home, or on the other side of the map, will scout these roaches in just a second.
Yeah, I think it... Actually, I don't know.
Oh, the
I
adept
think it
shade
is.
doesn't have the vision range, does it?
Well, it has... It's better than it was originally. I think he did see that roach. Because he's throwing down another gateway at home, at the wall.
He does also see at the natural there's like no units, or there's
Yeah.
no drones, so that definitely doesn't help.
And he probably poked at the third and saw that it was missing.
Well, he's building an Oracle right now, so he will have something to deal with the roaches, although of all the Stargate units that you want to be holding this with, the Oracle is not the most ideal.
Yeah, I would have went straight for a Void Ray. But...
I guess he already had it in production, he just wanted to chrono it out. He's getting the Void Ray right now, and oh no, that Cybercore's going to get targeted down, which is actually kind of a big deal. Warp Gate's not done. Oof.
Oh, this is getting...
no. Hello, probes. How you doing today? Well, there's not much probes that can really answer that question, is there? Oh, jeez.
This is getting a little out of hand, but he's going to be able to get that... Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he lost the natural space worth of probes, and unlike Terran, he doesn't have mules, so unfortunately once you bust the wall that badly with no Cybercore or Warp Gate, it's pretty much GG, especially when the Ling Flood comes in to back up those Ravagers.
I mean, he would have been able to afford to lose a few probes, though, because ZergLord was on 23 drones and Antis was on 38. If he had gotten that Void Ray out, maybe, but... I mean...
His production was in the wall.
Right, and
So-
it would still take the Void Ray a long time to kill all that stuff, and by then, he probably would have just died.
I'd be surprised if he had his main Nexus at that point, yeah. One Void Ray against an army of Lings.
Yep.
That's a very sad time. Has a field day killing them all, just a very long one.
Yeah.
Or like a field week, I guess. Field month. I don't know. A long time. Long time's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have the Predator board.
Yep.
Ooh. Shiny. I wonder how close I am to that.
It takes a
Is this-
ridiculously long time.
Yeah. Because I have the hybrid Reaver. So I have the 1,000 wins as random,
Nice.
but I don't play enough as Protoss, so I don't think that I have those in the bag yet.
Yeah, Protoss is pretty difficult in team games. If you get to the late game, you can be absolutely dominant, but it's the early game that you struggle.
Yeah, I've just never really gotten to play Protoss, really. Or I've never gotten around to learning how to play it correctly. Just... I don't know, it never fit my style very well. And then when I finally started getting it down, the Mothership Core was introduced, so I'm like, nope, I'm done. Nope, this makes no sense to me. And then Photon Overcharge changed like 4 times. We really could not figure out what they were supposed to do with that Mothership Core. Wait, oh, do you remember pylon rushes?
Yes.
It sounds so stupid in a vacuum like nowadays because the
Oh,
photon
yeah.
overcharges don't exist anymore. But like pylon rushes were a thing with photon overcharge on the pylons.
There was an era of StarCraft 2 where the pylon was the scariest unit in the game.
Didn't even need to cannon rush. It was really sad.
There was a point in time where Terrans were bunker rushing Protosses a lot, and like Protoss would rely on the pylon overcharge to defend. It would
Then they
two-shot
realized, wait.
Marines.
This kills workers really well.
Yeah.
We should build these elsewhere. And so they did. And it was a set. But anyways, spotting in the... Here, you did ZergLord last. Let you get him again. Spotting at the top right-hand corner as our blue Protoss player down 1 game. Let's see if he can pull it back from the Ravagers. Cold, dead, sad, or angry feelers, whatever their claws equivalents are. It's Antis. That fell apart very quickly.
That's alright. I can respect how you just kept rolling with it.
I got many words. Many of them will not make sense, but they are there, and I will use them.
Alright, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, currently up 1 point, the red Zerg from Try Again. His name is ZergLord.
Such an interesting name for a team. Try again.
Yeah.
It sounds demoralizing, but I can't tell for what reason and for who.
No, they're being supportive. It's like,
Are they?
You know, if you
like
get
you
knocked
can
down,
do
get
it?
up and try again.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you can do it.
It sounds like something that like one of my uncles or something like that would like name a team. It's like, what's the name? Try again.
Yeah.
I didn't even guess. Or it's like, guess what the team name is. Just have him say things over and over again. Ooh, all right. So Antis is walled off at the natural to start with, which is not very common, if I understand, in PvZ nowadays.
Really?
I could be mistaken, but I don't normally see this when I see PvZs. Usually they wall off at the main base and then work on their natural wall off later. Oh, he did do this last game too, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Cerulean Fall is a pretty easy map to wall off on, so like he just needs another pylon next to that cyber core, and then it's walled off.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At least when I'm playing Zerg every once, or I mean, I don't play Zerg a ton, but I dabble, and when I dabble, I see these units or these structures in the main base most of the time.
So this game, ZergLord has opted not to go with that Roach Warren and instead is getting his 3rd hatch.
Yeah, nice, fast hatchery. It's pretty nice.
And droning up is already starting to saturate his natural.
Antis is going for about the same build that he did last game.
Yep, Stargate just finished in the back of his base.
Phoenix to poke that little ZergLord Overlord. Comrade Slogovy the Sloverlord. I will make that stick eventually.
Sloverlord?
Comrade Slogolvi, the Sloverlord.
Oh.
It's a little 1984 reference. I just had to find a name that would, I could just put slow in, and Slogolvi was.
Yeah, it kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Well, once you get the hang of it, otherwise it just sounds like verbal diarrhea. But you adjust to it. All right, so Antis is definitely not gonna try and die to a Roach Ravager rush here. He's got the shield battery. He's got a double up wall. Actually, those pylons are next to each other, so if that was a Ravager rush, that'd be a very sad time for those pylons. But
yeah,
he's equipped to deal with little Ling run-bys. There's a second Stargate on the way. There are more Phoenixes being made.
Wow.
Oh, boy. I thought that was a fleet beacon. That's just the shield battery. They look kind of similar in the production tab. Yeah, it does kind of look like a miniature fleet beacon, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. That's what you could have been, shield battery. You could have made us be able to see carriers. Do shield batteries heal interceptors? Oh, I'm sorry. There's stuff going across the map.
No, shield interceptors don't actually have health. I mean, they do, but it's not like you can't see it.
It's not displayed.
Yeah.
I know, so that's why I'm wondering if the shield battery can potentially heal them or not.
I don't think so.
I know you can't select them
Yeah.
to be healed. You can't target fire them either, can you?
Nope.
They're so weird.
Yeah, they're really annoying.
They're weird.
with.
They're weirder than broodlings. Like you could target fire broodlings.
Yeah.
Oddly enough. There are not many circumstances where that would happen. You could also hotkey broodlings, by the way. In case you ever want to hotkey your broodlings. In the 7 seconds that they live for. Or probably less. It used to be 7 seconds. Now with the game timer clock thing change, it's probably different.
I don't think.
So is he? Oh, sorry.
I don't think
What's up?
ZergLord has any idea these Phoenix are out on the map.
Oh, he definitely will have an idea momentarily, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Phoenixes. That's 6 Phoenixes right there.
Only one spore in the natural. There is no spore in the main. He's just now dropping one. So he was a little underprepared for this. Caught off guard.
Yeah, Antis is going to have a bit of a field day here. These Overlords are definitely going to go down, or at least 2 of them. Yeah, there's 2 of them.
This can get really nasty if you're not prepared for it as a Zerg player, which he was kind of not prepared for, because one spore is not enough for this many Phoenix. I mean, a Phoenix line can get into a mineral line that's fully saturated and clear it out before he loses 1 Phoenix to a spore, you know?
Now, we see some slow roaches going on the right side. And yeah, I'll agree. The Phoenixes just decimate a Zerg if they're totally undetected. But look at the Cybercore. We're going to have a bit of a game on our hands here.
Yeah.
He's taking a page out of Haas's book or something, except Phoenixes instead of Oracles. We see here the Roaches and the Lings coming in for as a decent contingency force to, or a counterattack force, I suppose. And they're doing a decent amount of damage here. The shield batteries have run out of energy, and he's probably going to get this 3rd Nexus, no problem. These Phoenixes won't be able to do much against these Zerglings.
Yeah. He's definitely going to lose the Nexus.
Yeah. That's a lot of Lings, oh my god.
Yeah, considering how much army ZergLord made, I don't think that's very cost efficient. All he really got was the Nexus.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I feel like he's gonna try and do something to bust the natural since he has so many Zerglings at this point, or he might just try and continuously deny this Nexus because the Phoenixes can't stop him. So, alright, his Hydra Den is also finished up, and he's getting muscular augments, so there'll be speedy Hydras off creep, and ooh, a Lurker Den has also gone down.
I think he canceled that air upgrade, and he's actually gone into double robo. So kind
Is
of
it canceled? No, he has it. It finished.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah.
So these Void Rays can shoot down Lings a little faster, I suppose.
With those shield batteries, man, those units do not die.
The Eternal Zealots.
Yeah.
Against Zerglings, yeah, that's definitely true. You see a Warp Prism in the main base here with some Phoenixes just existing. as well. He does scout the lurker den, which is good for him. Otherwise, though, his Phoenixes kind of have a timer on them. I don't know if he'll be able to do too much with these for the future, other than just continuously be annoying, pick off a couple drones, get a little bit of scouting information off. He does see this 4th base, or not yet. He will momentarily. The creep suggests it, but he'll confirm it in a moment. Yep, there we go. Hello, 4th base. And yeah. See the Lings coming in for another attack. This probably won't do too much because, again, the shield batteries are there. The Immortals are here as well. They don't do so hot versus Lings unless they got something in front of them, but boy, they got some Zealots in front of them, so they're fine. Running back home. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen for the rest of this game? Do you think we just see Antis forget his Stargates entirely, or do you think that we see him throw it on a fleet beacon soon and try and take advantage of them?
I think Antis, well, I was going to say he was going to go for a big push. He has that Warp Prism. If he had gone for that, I think he could have done a lot of damage because ZergLord was still trying to pump out units, but now I don't know what to think because Antis is going back home. Is he going to take a 4th here?
I feel like the longer that Antis doesn't get poked, the better off he's going to do, as long as he takes a 4th base relatively soon, because his storm is halfway done. He's finally getting some upgrades on his forge.
Yeah.
We see the gates explosion happening. He's got double robo pushing out Immortals. Charge is almost done. His transition's almost complete. His force is scary. Hydras don't do so hot versus storm.
That's true. Yeah, I'm sure he just wanted to go home and wait for his upgrades. He's gonna have charge here shortly too.
+2 starting up. He might be trying to do something like a +2 timing attack. These gateways will be able to get a warp in or two, and if he keeps chronoing +2, then he'll be able to march across the map as the upgrade's finishing with an extra couple waves of zealots.
I think he did
These poor Lings.
Yeah, I was gonna say he caught a glimpse of those Hydras moving out, but the Hydras are actually moving back now, so a little indecisive there.
He keeps poking up the ramp, realizing that the army hasn't moved, and he's like, I don't want to touch that. That seems a little scary.
Yeah.
And runs back home. All right, 4th base is gonna try and supposedly go down. You see a little harassment in the main base as well from Antis. Doesn't get too much done. Does get cleaned up, but there are no drones left in the main base here.
At the same time, he is getting into position on his 4th base. He has a lot of storms here.
Oh, he does have lurkers. That is something that I didn't remember to point out.
Yeah.
He also doesn't have an observer, so these things are pretty much rooted where they're at.
Right.
They'll punch through all of these Immortals on the ground.
Oh no, the Immortals! Wrong way, wrong way.
No. GPS, they used Apple Maps to try and get home. Oh, God. Do not turn left. There's a bunch of Hydralisks there. Or turn right. What was it? I don't know. Turn the other way. Now they're on the way to Guatemala. And they still found their way home. I don't know. Actually, I'm curious. Can I see the little Immortals' faces in there? No, I can't. Oh, these are skinned Immortals. Okay. I was gonna say I want to see like the little the Immortals strapped into their little apparatuses, because you can see it with the Stalkers. You can see their little legs dangling out. Oh, I'm too busy being zoomed in. There's an engagement going on here.
Big push out from ZergLord, getting a decent position. Not in range to hit the Nexus though.
And there is an observer with the army this time, so the
Right.
Phoenixes can pick up these lurkers, and then he can go for an engagement. He also has a few storms here. He just needs to decide when to push out.
Yeah, I don't really think there's enough here from ZergLord. He's going to be streaming in more units, but honestly, I think Antis looks totally fine.
Oh, the lurkers go. They're a little uncomfortable being stuck in the air like that. They don't know how to do spiky things in the middle of the air. Yeah, and these lurkers are getting cleaned up pretty sufficiently. And the 4th base is finally up and running from Antis, so we look at the units lost tab, we see almost double the amount of resources lost in total from TheZergLord. And his 4th base has been running, or up and running for a little bit longer, but at the same time, the amount of harassment from all the drones and stuff, he hasn't been mining too much more than Antis has over the course of this game. And they're about same in the upgrades department, except for Antis's army is pretty horrifying. There's not a whole lot that TheZergLord has tech-wise that'll deal with this effectively. So he's in a rough spot.
He's going for a big push here at the 4th base, and a lot of his army is over here in the top left corner of the map doing nothing right now, so he's caught a little out of position. I think this 4th base is going to go down. There's not even any lurkers here.
Yeah, unfortunately not. It looks like a bunch of the Hydralisks were trying to do a counterattack, but there's two High Templars ready for it.
Yeah. That counterattack gets smashed. I think this is GG.
Oof. Savage.
Alright, so Antis showing that his Protoss is up to par to give TheZergLord a real challenge here. Ties up the series 1-1.
Alright.
We'll be waiting on TheZergLord to pick a map.
Is this just the standard ladder map pool?
Yes.
If this is a best of 9, then if we get to games 8 and 9, do they just pick maps over again?
Yeah. Once all the maps have been picked, then it just restarts.
Okay. So we're only going to see Stasis once, is what you're telling me, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I still am waiting to cast a game of Stasis Grandmasters. I still haven't had the opportunity to do that.
I've seen it on Twitch.
Yeah, but you're not a part of it. You want to cast it. You want to have your reactions projected upon the populace that's watching this. How many people are watching? Let's see. How are we all doing?
Looks like 39.
39?
Yep.
It says 78 viewers for me.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, I need to refresh.
So, hello everybody.
It's not bad for a freakish stream.
I know, right? How are we all doing today, guys? Restream and view without prior consultation is prohibited. Okay, Afrika, don't worry. I won't cast this to Twitch or anything. You got me. You got my word. Oh.
How's it going, Sunlily?
I meant to get invited to a lobby. Supposed to there. See, this is what happens when I tab out. I get invited, and then I forget. And then the lobby expires, and I tab back in. The moment of. Alright, so next map's going to be Port Alexander, which is a fairly standard map. Nothing terribly out of the ordinary. There's a little bit of a difference for if there's a Terran involved in the mix-up versus Kairos Junction in this map, but otherwise they play fairly similarly. So, I don't know. We might see something spicy come out of the Protoss player, but from a Zerg's perspective, there's not a whole lot of originality or anything to inspire any creativity on this map, per se. Could be wrong. The rush distance is pretty average.
Mm-hmm.
Could come out with some Ravagers again. We'll have to see.
Alright, so spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, the Brazilian Zerg player from Try Again. His name is TheZergLord.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, taking back the second game to tie the series up 1-1 as the blue Protoss player from Alpha X, it is Antis. Where is Antis from?
I believe the United States. Could be
Supposed
Canada.
American.
Yeah.
North American? Should we just go with that?
Yeah, definitely. Somewhere United States or Canada, I think.
The Americadian. Antis.
Perhaps we can get someone to verify that in chat.
Alright, so Antis is doing his little probe scout, doing the annoying Grandmasters thing. Grandmasters hate this. Anybody below doesn't really matter as much, but just denying the worker pairings with the probe. I have people do this to me on Diamond Ladder on rare occasion, and I don't understand why, because people very rarely worker pair in Diamond League. And since it's Diamond, it doesn't really matter. It's not usually the problem or the reason why people win or lose. But oh, he mined the mineral anyways. He's done with that for today.
Yep.
And ZergLord's not doing anything particularly cheesy. Neither is Antis. Gate into Nexus. Throw the Cybercore down momentarily. And yeah.
That's an even
get the
smaller
job
wall off than Cerulean Fall. It only takes 2 buildings and a unit.
Yeah. That is one difference actually between Kairos and Port Alexander that I forgot about.
Oh wait. Oh no, that probe just slipped by.
Oh, in the
On the
bottom.
bottom of the Cybercore, yeah. So there's 2 openings right there.
I was gonna say I thought I needed force supply depots to wall off this natural. Hopefully he notices that.
Yeah.
Because that definitely will be a problem that will come into, or that likely will come into play, because we've seen ZergLord throw a lot of speedlings at the wall, literally the wall, multiple times, and I mean, he didn't commit the second game at all, but he definitely tried to get speedlings to work on the natural, so that little gap is going to be pretty important.
Yeah, that could be like a game-ending oversee right there.
Yeah. Well, we do see Antis going for a Stargate, by the way. So, similar build to the last 2 games. Also comes in with some Adepts for some scouting. Nothing too spicy. Just heading back home now. Meet up with his buddy. And yeah, no, not much aggression going down. Antis is getting his Phoenix out. What will come after the Phoenix is actually a bit of an important question. Do we see the Oracle pop out, or do we see more Phoenixes this time? Or do we not see anything? Is it just a single Phoenix just to deal with the Overlords? Which is a thing that Protosses will do from time to time, just to throw their opponents off kilter. Oh, Antis did see that hole in the wall. It's still not fixed, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought so too with that pylon, but it's still not fixed.
Yeah.
I think he thinks it's walled off.
Oh no. It's walled off maybe for the Adepts, but... Oh, is it a full wall off?
No, it's definitely not, because I saw the probe.
Oh! The Zerglings are going to try and go through the Adepts anyways. So unless he notices this specifically...
Yeah. And
it's a longer distance to get through the bottom part.
Yeah.
Because it has to go around the pylons, so it's going to default route through that big hole.
Yep.
So. ZergLord, do you notice? Well, there's 3 Adepts anyway, so even if he slips through, it's going to be a pretty brutal time. I don't know. Might come in to play later.
Yeah, I think Antis just noticed, because he just threw down a pylon up there.
this damn wall won't work with me. It's possible that this is one of the maps that he vetoes.
Right.
I'm not sure why anybody would veto Port Alexander in general, but everybody has their weird quirks about maps. Like, I hate Blue Shift.
Really?
I'm in the minority. Yeah.
What for?
I'm a priority mech player. And the whole mobile lane strategy is really irritating, because to destroy the rocks means that you have to take your army out of position.
Yeah.
And it's really, really annoying for mobility's sake.
I see.
To have the rocks in the way. So.
Yeah, I'm a bio player, so I love Blue Shift.
Yeah, Blue Shift is great for bio. I've added it back into the map pool because I'm trying to get back into bio, because 100% mech is not exactly the most viable strategy on the world. And it's good to diversify. So
yeah, definitely.
It's back in the map pool. It's also a decent cannon rush map, so whenever I want to play Protoss, I just fire up Blue Shift. Get it going, throw in some buildings at the other player, and then they get sad. and then they find some vivid vocabulary and then share it with me because they're very kind that way. Ooh, we see an Archon drop from Antis. Doing a little trek across the map. What are you gonna do there, little Antis? This Phoenix from Antis is still going around killing overlords, by the way. It's about to have 2 kills. There we go.
Going up to 4 Archons over here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that could be very...
That's kind of horrifying.
hard to deal with. Especially when your ZergLord and have only Lings.
Oh, no, he's only got like 6 Banelings, too. There's no way he's busting those. He can kill the Zealots, probably, but these Archons are so tanky. You see the Banelings trying to run away, not wanting to engage until reinforcements arrive, but there's not much to reinforce here for ZergLord. We see the Zerglings spilling in, but nothing that he has is going to deal with these Archons very cleanly.
Yeah.
He does get the
Morphing more
prison.
Archons as well, going up to 5. All he has is Queens and a bunch of Lings that will die really quickly to this blast damage.
Yeah.
I think this might be GG, honestly.
Probably. All these Queens are just melting away so fast. This pure energy.
Wow.
Power overwhelming.
Literally
Yeah, this takes game
overwhelming as he gets the GG. Okie dokie. So it's on ZergLord to pick again. Antis actually takes the lead 2-1.
Okay. You gotta plug Matcherino, apparently.
Ah, yes. Guys,
So,
please.
I'm here to politely remind you.
If you haven't entered the code into Matcherino yet, all you have to do is log in with your Twitch account or log in with Google, whatever, and copy the code into the coupon code blank thing, and it automatically adds $0.5 into the prize pool. So Matcherino sponsors the event, and for every time a player uses that coupon code, they add 50 cents to the prize pool.
Yeah,
So
no
I'll
cost to
link
you.
it. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
And it helps support the player. So
I'll try to link it in the chat.
I'll let you know if he doesn't succeed. I'm not even tapped in. I'm just assuming he'll succeed. Please succeed, so I am not a liar.
Well, they don't... I guess Afrika doesn't allow pasting text into their text box. So...
And they might delete links as well. Possible. Maybe if you're the streamer, you can post links down.
I'm not actually using the Afrika account, though, so I'm using my personal account.
That might not work then. I don't know.
I'm going to try it.
So, next map is Kairos Junction. The fraternal twin of Port Alexander.
Yes.
For the longest time, I used to not realize that I was on one map instead of the other until I had to wall off the natural. You should join the lobby.
Whoops.
There you go. All right, ZergLord's asked for a minute, so you've got a minute to discover whatever you need to discover.
So I discovered that you can post links in the chat. It's just not clickable, so you'll have to copy it.
Will it let you copy links? Or will it let you copy text from the chat?
Probably.
If it lets you highlight the
it
text,
does.
it probably.
Yep.
So there you go. Have a link. Do the thing. Give money to people without actually giving them your money.
Yep.
It's good for them. Such a great sponsor. Or it's
It really is. Yeah, it
caster
helps.
for sponsors. Yeah.
Yep.
They should hire me to do this every day. Great. I will be happy to tell you guys how to get people to take your money away from you. More than happy. Sounds like a hell of a job. Okay, so I don't know. What race do you play, Drop?
Terran.
Oh right, I casted you.
Oh yeah.
Duh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're okay. So you're a Terran player.
Mhm.
You did a nice happy 2-1-1 against a less than happy Protoss player.
Yep.
I don't know. How did you feel then?
Felt
Did you
pretty
feel
good.
pretty comfortable? Pretty good? Yeah.
Just kind of like a build order win. Pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
it's not at least not for me. Or it's not very common for me to win straight off of the 16 Marines dropping in the base, but it definitely worked out for you there. You didn't target your medevacs, which was a little unfortunate, but I don't think it really mattered.
Yeah.
He did a sad and flopped over and went legs up in the air and just stopped moving altogether pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I prefer Kairos over Port Alexander, but it's not for significant reasons. Like, I guess the pocket third's a little closer to your base, so it's nice if you want to protect it from as a mech player or something, but I don't know. So, here we go, loading up into the game. Spawning in the top left-hand corner with a probe going across the map and a second probe going to the wall. You cheeky little Protoss cheesy probe guy, you in the blue as Antis.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player from Try Again. His name is TheZergLord.
See, you paused for a second there, so the whole try again thing, I thought you were going to start over.
Oh.
I was like, no, you said Brazil before, you're okay. And alright, so we see Antis here with the probe across the map. ZergLord did see it for a split second with his Overlord, but now the second Overlord is going to see it for sure.
Yeah, I think that's why he went pool first. And also
Yeah, he threw it down the pool.
Also, he sees the probe at the natural with the Overlord.
Yeah. And here we go. It's not anything terribly spicy, necessarily.
Yeah, I was a little
I need to find
disappointed.
it.
I was hoping to see a forge back home, but it's a gateway.
I think he realized that since there was no natural going down straight away, no hatch first per se, that he did not want to try and do a cannon rush.
Yeah.
Alright, we do see ZergLord go ahead and take the third base and as his natural. Probe cancels the pylon, continues doing his little patrol command.
Yeah, he actually goes for his natural at the third.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty common thing to do as a Zerg player. When you get pylon blocked, it's not always worth wasting time trying to take care of the probe at your natural and then just taking your natural if you plan on taking a third base anyways.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then that is a little problematic because it's kind of far away, but I'm assuming that he'll be fine. He is keeping his workers on the gas. Oh, there we go. Now he's taking a few of them off. ZergLord, that is. So
Yeah.
he was mining a little bit more gas than speed. So I was gonna say like, oh, are we gonna see roaches again? Oh, geez, he really does not like that probe. Nope. I want to say that Antis has a full wall off right now, but I could be wrong. No, he does
No.
not.
He actually has 2 holes.
Antis, we need to have a talk. I need to introduce you to a game called SimCity. It's a great game. You should try it. You get to learn about grids. And, at least according to the meme for the StarCraft community, how to not have multiple holes in your wall. Because, you know, you build those all the time in SimCity. All the time. Have you ever played SimCity?
I have not.
No, you're not a SimCity guy?
Nope. I played Dinosaur Tycoon, like the very first one.
If that's the closest thing that you've ever played to SimCity, then
Yeah.
at least that gives me a little bit of insight. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, like I got SimCity 4, which is pretty old by these standards, and I played that a lot because I'm a pretty nerdy nerd. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I play City Skylines a lot now still. because that's basically what SimCity's become.
Cool.
Pretty great. You guys gotta spread your love in the chat if you love City Skylines, because there are
Actually,
people out there that don't know what it is, and they would love it.
I played Anno 2070 a little bit. It's kind of like that.
I don't know a whole lot about it, but I was told that I should get it from my brother at the very least. So that's city building in some regard.
Yeah, I got it for free and I checked it out. It's all right. It's a fun way to waste an afternoon.
Or Tropico. Tropico's another example.
Yeah.
Although that's a different flavor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so ZergLord has a little bit of a speedling He has one speedling, a whole one with all the parts and everything. Got the wings. In the main base of Antis, so he'll be able to do a little bit of a scout. Antis is going for the multi-Stargate play again, so this will be interesting to watch for sure.
Yes.
He is building more Phoenixes as well, so he's kind of alternated build orders. I think game 1 he tried to do the similar build order to what he did on game 3, but yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes down, because those Phoenixes are being chronoed. Oh boy. This is like watching Mandolino play. Have you watched Mandolino play before?
I have not.
He basically he's addicted to Stargates. So here, it's like watching Haas play. How does that sound?
Yeah, it makes a little bit
more
sense.
standardized Haas. We don't see, he even tried to cannon rush, theoretically speaking. So we could call him a Haas. The Haas of our hearts. The local Haas for Alpha X. Alpha Haas, there we go. ZergLord is taking a 4th base right now, which is good to know. Antis is about a third of the way done with his Nexus, or his 3rd base. And he's getting +1 air. God damn it, that shield battery. I thought it was a fleet beacon again. I was getting excited. This is gonna be a common theme if this keeps happening, by the way.
That's alright.
I'm gonna get disappointed a lot. Antis, can you just build a fleet beacon to make me feel better? No, double robo? Okay, sounds good. Double robo's okay.
ZergLord is looking definitely more prepared this time than last time.
He scouted it or with that Ling that was in the main base of Antis. So yeah, he's definitely had a lot more time to get prepared. He's also played against it once, so he knows what not to do.
Yeah.
That Overlord surviving with literally 1 health in the main base. Next to the right Spore Crawler. Yeah, that thing has seen shit. Or stuff. I don't know. How kid-friendly is this supposed to be?
I think you're fine.
Professional level? There.
Yeah, but I mean, they even cussing stuff on like the WCS professional like casting.
On occasion, yeah. They're not supposed to do it too much. Like, but if it slips, then sometimes it happens. That queen got pretty seared up by those what are these? I don't know what Phoenix weapons are called, but whatever the Phoenix weapons are called.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this out.
Know.
Hold on.
Lasers.
I'm not okay with that.
Protoss lasers.
Lasers. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all lasers. All right, where's the help tab? F12. There we go. Protoss unit. Because with the WCS style overlay, I can't actually click on anything and read it.
Yeah.
Ion cannons.
Ion cannon. Okay.
All right.
Taking a lot of damage on these Phoenix. He's already lost like 2 or 3, I think. But he's switching into ground, double robo, immortals. Probably get some Archons and storm.
Yeah, the Templar Archives, as you mentioned, almost done. So he will be able to beef up his army a lot, which will help compensate for the lack of upgrades that he's gotten thus far for ground.
Yep.
And he's taking care of a few drones. If we look at the units lost tab, it's or control R, we see 19 workers killed. It's a fair count. He's also making sure that not too much is going on around the map. The Phoenixes deny a lot of scouting, which is why you see a bunch of speedlings chilling around the bottom with the ramps and stuff. Or the poor little Zerg that's stuck in time on the third base. Wonder what's going through his brain right now. Oh, well, not much anymore. Kind of brutal. Yeah, 7 more drones go down off of these Phoenixes. They're doing work.
Anti's taking a 4th base. It gets scouted immediately by this Ling. So, ZergLord knows what's up.
Ooh. Yo, Droptimus.
Yep.
You want to see the main base of ZergLord? There's 2 buildings here that are coming out right at the same time. Hello.
Spire and Hive.
Yeah. That's no coincidence that they were built at the same time. The Hive and the Spire finish at exactly the same time if you build them simultaneously. So, there we go. And he's doing this in the face of a multi-Stargate play.
Yeah.
Which is pretty, either really, really smart or really, really stupid. And I'm going to say really, really smart here because he must know that the Phoenixes are not growing in numbers.
Right.
So he's probably not going to keep building more Phoenixes. So these Broodlords might do a lot. So I'm pretty excited about this.
I think he might scout it now. He's moving his Phoenix toward the main to try and see Hive Tech, I guess. Or like, what?
He doesn't see Hive yet.
Yeah.
Don't see it. Go. Move. You can get there.
I assume that's why he moved his Phoenix over here to try and scout tech, but he didn't even go for the main base. He still hasn't even
seen the Hive. Oh
yeah, he still thinks
so close. Wow.
Big Baneling run by, looking like he's setting up for that at the 3rd base.
Antis is about to drop in the main base at the Zerg as well, though, so if he didn't see the Hive before, he certainly will now if he gets remotely close to the drones, and he probably will see the Greater Spire.
Zealot run by here at ZergLord's 4th base.
Main... A lot of storms going down on top of Antis' own army to try and kill the Zerglings. Meanwhile, these didn't do enough damage necessarily. The Archons to be are not to be, I guess.
Oh man, there's so much stuff going on at the same time. There's a Baneling run by at Antis' 3rd, Zealot run by at ZergLord's 3rd and main. Then there's a big fight going on in the middle of the map.
It's an awkward Broodlord morphing on top of those Zealots at the 3rd. Which could look like an Overseer.
Yeah.
I don't know if he clicked on it.
Yeah. Manages to save most of his probes at the 3rd, though. Losing 10 probes.
Alright, so in the grand scheme of all of that action, we have a total of 65 workers to 65 workers.
Yep.
Literally the same worker count.
Yeah, and the ZergLord is slightly ahead on supply. And his broods are getting closer and closer to Antis' base.
I've never
There's not
seen
a whole lot of AA
before.
here. They're the Phoenix, but they can get targeted down, which I think he's going to try and do. Maybe not.
Nice stutter step.
There are no Corruptors.
Oh, jeez. No, there are no Corruptors. They all got morphed into these Broodlords here. He saved up a massive bank for that. There's only 2 Phoenixes left to try and kill these Broodlords, as well as a ton of Psystorm. 3 will survive. These Immortals are going to run back, realizing that they are now no longer the most powerful unit in the game, and are probably very sad about that, and feel a little embarrassed. And we see 1 Void Ray in the production tab. Antis doesn't have a whole lot of money in the bank right now, so he's not going to be able to counter this too hard anytime soon. So I kind of like ZergLord's position right now. Another 16 probes went down, by the way, so the total worker count is 78 to 60. 78, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. Alright, so Antis looks like he's going for a counterattack now.
Actually, yeah. Maybe I spoke too soon. Antis has a pretty scary force here now that the Broodlords are taken care of.
Yeah, he's ahead on army supply slightly.
That is
got a
so
lot of
many
storms.
HTs.
Yeah,
that is so many. Oh no.
I'm gonna go ahead and morph a couple of those into Archons.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Oh no, the poor drones.
I think this might be, I don't know.
Well, the 4th base does end up getting taken down.
Yeah.
We see 2 Broodlords coming in to join the fight, as well as a third that kind of got morphed in mid-battle. Some Corruptors here to clean up the rest of the air. But...
Not enough Broodlings here. I think this might be GG. He's already at double army supply now.
Yeah. This death army of death, so to speak, is deadly. Very deadly.
Yeah, and just going up 3-1.
Well, you did say that this was his best matchup, so
yeah,
he's proven it pretty well. Ever since that Game 1 Ravager rush, he's been kind of rolling his opponent.
Yeah.
A little bit shaky at times in the grand scheme of the 3 or 4 simultaneous harassments or battles going on at once, but he seems to come out on top in a lot of those. That game was closer than the rest of them, I feel like, though.
I think the TheZergLord needs to go with the cheese this game. Try like kind of shake things up a little bit. Maybe
he might try and do that.
Yeah.
That would be a very... Oh, Stasis is the map of choice.
Ah, yes. Perhaps we'll see cheese then.
Well, if Antis is playing Stargate before and he's going on to Stasis, he's probably gonna go Stargate again. Most Protosses like to go Stargate on Stasis, if I remember correctly, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's just more accustomed to dealing with Stargate on that map, and that could be a reason why he's doing that. Also, there is the gold base towards the middle, or the gold bases towards the middle of the map that he might want to abuse and do some speedlings. Speedling fun. Have him run around. Give the probes hugs. The huge.
Mm-hmm.
Zerglings think that probes are a very tasty snack, by the way. If you have any pet Zerglings, probes are what you want to give them. Or SCVs. SCVs can work as well. Or even drones. Whatever. They'll eat drones. They don't care. They'll eat their own kind. Not afraid.
That's messed up, man.
It is, but so is the entirety of the Zerg race, so...
Yeah, I guess you're right on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss from Alpha X. His name is Antis.
In the top right-hand corner of the map is our red Zergy player with our lovely, lovely drones. Look at those drones. They look like fish with pincers. It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
From team Try Again, it is the TheZergLord. Gotta make something work. He's down 1-3. It's rapidly approaching match point, and he's only got 1 game to his name, and that was game 1. So the momentum is definitely swung out of his favor, so he's got to do something. We see gas pool before anything else. Has TheZergLord gone hatch first? I think he went hatch first 1 game so far. The rest have been pool first. Just interesting thing to note.
Yeah.
And Antis here looks like he's going to be going for a gateway into Nexus based off of the probe rally here from his main. Antis being a little annoying with that probe. He was going to try and deny the natural, but thinks better of it. Realizes this is stasis.
I think
doesn't want to deal with the contingency force of Lings if he can't, or denies that natural probably.
Yeah, I think he also wanted to see if there was going to be a Roach Warren. He wants to know that as soon as possible.
Fair enough, yeah.
It'd be definitely an option for the TheZergLord, considering he's so far behind, and to go with the thing that won him the first game would make sense.
For sure. Antis, is this another wall where you have a hole in 2 places?
I think so. Well, so far.
I can never tell with stasis because the wall is really weird.
I think you should make that first pylon part of the wall, because then you could always add more later. But you can also get
it's
your
a it's a
wall
big
off
preference point, yeah.
as soon as possible.
I remember that used to be a big talk in like Wings of Liberty and HOTS and stuff because the natural ramps were kind of big. When somebody put their pylon in the wall for the first time in pro play, people were like, "What are you doing? You're gonna get baneling busted." It's like, no. Watch that. And he was fine. It was a different time, guys. Siege mode was an upgrade. It's a very different time. Pylons could warp in on the high ground. Cannon rushes were a very, very different beast altogether. Oh, and ZergLord did just finish a Roach Warren, by the way. And is making 6 of them. And got 2 links into the main base. Savage little slowlings. And ZergLord did manage to save his Overlord at the natural because these 2 slowlings did slip in and Antis wanted to deal with those before they took some probes away. He did fix the wall. The wall is okay. There's no hole in it save for where the Adept is. And there's a shield battery there, but there's still only 1 pylon powering this whole setup. That second pylon only powers one of the gateways. And I don't even know if it reaches the shield battery. I think it does, but barely.
Does he know these roaches are on the way?
I don't think so. There's nothing on the Talnaga Tower, which would definitely help telegraph this like 30 seconds in advance. And since there's only 1 shield battery, I don't think that there's any knowledge of this happening. We do have a sentry here for Antis, so the hold will be a lot easier. These roaches will get slowed down for the time being, but that Cyber Core is getting targeted down. I think the Warp Gate will finish in time. Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
But that does mean that he doesn't get any more sentries than that one that he has now. And you see the probes coming out to help out. There's a lot of speedlings here and not a lot of gateway units. Shield battery's finally starting to finish up here in an attempt to try and help this out, but so much damage right now. These probes, 11 probes down, and no Cyber Core. And an open
Yeah,
wall.
but he's still way ahead on workers, 30 to 19, so he's actually okay. And these 2 shield batteries just finished.
Oh, they're out of energy.
Oh, they're
no.
already out of energy, you're right.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a gateway anywhere else. You could see what Antis' plan was here. It wasn't a Stargate, it was a Dark Shrine, but... Yeah, that is one of the risks with putting your pylon down on the natural as your first pylon and trying to wall up the natural. Is, you run the risk of having the Ravagers just shoot a pylon or 2 or target your Cyber Core. It's, pretty rough. Time. Alright, well, ZergLord has changed the momentum, at least. So there's still some fight in him.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit with the same build as Game 1. And he got Stasis out of the way, so... Not the worst. Or not too big of a sacrifice for him, per se. So the maps left in the pool right now are... We played Cerulean. Parasite, I think.
Yeah. Hate that map.
And did we play an Automaton? No, we didn't. All right, so yeah, Parasite and Automaton are the 2 maps left in the pool. And Parasite is the map of choice. I love Parasite as a mech player.
I think there are way too many bases for my taste. I like smaller maps, generally.
Oh, actually, this is something that I have a lot of very negative opinions about. Or, well, I get a lot of disagreeing opinions with, but do you remember the map Daeson Station?
Yes. Very
Did you
small
like
map.
that map?
No, not really.
That was one of my
because-
favorite maps ever made.
I mean, I typically like small maps, but people rushed on that map and cheesed way too much. Like, I don't like maps that are just too small that everyone just cheeses, and that's the only thing that ever happens on the map.
That was a map where it was like a mad scientist's playground.
Yeah.
You could do so many stupid builds on that map, and they all just would work if you knew how to do them correctly. After they changed the map, of course, because originally on Daeson Station, you couldn't even rally a siege tank across the map. It was too small to choke in the middle of the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was kind of sad. But yeah, TVT, I would Thor drop on that map. I didn't even need to drop necessarily, but I would do it anyway. I would float my main base to the gold, forwards, towards the middle of the map. Just so that I can 4x somebody. Or play a macro game. I've done that too. I've played a TVT where the entire map got mined out on Daesun Station.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that before, too.
It was like a 50-minute game.
I played TVT on that map against the Mass Ravens. Before,
yeah,
the old
Ravens, yeah. I loved Ravens so much at that time. That's why I switched to Terran. One of the main reasons was to play like Ketrock. It's the only way I knew how to play for a long time. It makes me feel so good to play with Ravens. I wish they were as good as they. Hashtag bring PDDs back.
Yeah. All right. So spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the American Protoss player from Alpha X. His name is Antis.
Is it confirmed American? Did we confirm it?
Yes.
All right.
Got confirmation in the chat and also Wikipedia.
Ooh.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the Brazilian Zerg player from Try Again. His name is TheZergLord. We have a Terran Lord and we have a Zerg Lord, but we don't have a Protoss Lord.
There's probably a Cheese Lord out there.
Yeah, there's definitely a Cheese Lord somewhere out there.
So we'll give him
Mutually
the crown
exclusive.
for the time being. Well, we see here, pool first again, and gas from TheZergLord. And Anto's doing kind of the bread and butter that he's had so far in this game.
Yep.
Nothing new to talk about necessarily. Except for Parasite's definitely a map where he will know how to wall off on it correctly. That will be good. It's very clear where the corners of the walls are supposed to be. I don't know. I think Parasite's an interesting map in the sense that there are technically 3 different places where you could put your third base. Because what a lot of people will do is they'll use the pocket third, but 2 other places that are equidistant are the ones at the 12 and 6 o'clock positions.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are in the same positions but closer into the middle of the map. Those are all more or less the same distance from your natural.
Yep.
And that's why I love it as a mech player, is because once I secure that base closest to the middle of the map, I can just take the 2 wing bases off to each side.
Yeah.
And that means that I can triple orbital, have the base closest to the middle also, or be the 3rd orbital, and then I can planetary at those 2 wing locations. And
that's actually not a bad idea. I like that.
Yeah, it's so great. And because you got destructible rocks and stuff, it's so easy just to siege up and just mine as much as you want.
Yeah, I can
It's
see
a
why
little
you like
bit
this
harder
map
to
so much.
Yeah, like if you play mech, this is so nice. It feels great because you have so much map control just by taking your own bases. Now, that's kind of a Zergy approach almost to thinking about the map, though. Except that Zerg doesn't want to expand towards their opponent most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're like True or No Regret.
Or Bly.
Or Bly. I haven't heard Bly in a while. I don't know what his playstyle is anymore.
Bly is super aggressive.
Alright. What does Nurchio do? Never paid much attention to him when he came back.
Me neither.
I think it's just kind of standard. I'm gonna go with standard.
Yeah.
When in doubt,
Probably totally wrong, but
pick the Goldilocks solution. Oh wow, Antis is fully walling off here. Oh, we totally missed this. There's a Roach Ravager rush coming again.
oh,
And he is not having it at all.
nope.
Antis is not.
How did he
He's
scout
got
it?
4
though?
shield batteries. Or 3 shield batteries. He must have seen the units across the map with like with an adept or something. And he's already got a Void Ray out. So this time he's got kind of a correct solution. I don't think he's not gonna have Warp Gate.
No.
Unless the shield battery didn't finish in time to try and heal it up. This Void Ray will help a lot though, for the time being, especially since the units of ZergLord are trying to target fire the units of Antis and not this pylon here.
Yeah.
It does go down now.
Pylons don't get recharged. Oops. The shield doesn't.
They don't
get recharged.
automatically. You can manually target them.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Me neither, for a while. It was really cool the first time I figured that out, though.
I thought it just
Those
didn't
are
work
depths
on building.
question in. No, it does. You can do it on your Nexus. In PvP,
Cool.
I've seen people do it in response to my cannon rush, and they just built an immortal and then just wrecked it. Pretty impressive, actually. Oh, these void rays here.
Yeah. Nice micro.
Doing a lot of cleanup.
And just looking really good this game.
Yep, you finally managed to find a build that'll hold it off. ZergLord coming in with 3 speedlings in total, or, well, I guess, yeah. But they won't do too much in the grand scheme of things. Minus that lost Cybercore and Warpgate tech, he's stabilized pretty well.
Yeah. And he's only on 17 drones. I mean, the ZergLord was, so... Antis...
He didn't do enough damage, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was GG.
Alright, Antis on match point now.
We're gonna have to see it 3 games in a row from ZergLord here if he wants to take the series. It's
Yeah.
daunting. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not the most likely thing on the planet. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we've reached triple digits on our view count. Hello, everybody. Just gonna make sure that's an accurate view count here. Do that little refreshioni. Yeah. So how you guys liking the stream so far? What are we rooting for? Oh, actually, since more people have tuned in, we should do the Matcherino thing again.
Ah, yes. So, guys, if you haven't done it already, if you go to the Matcherino link, I'll post it in the chat. And you log in. You can log in with your Twitch account, Google account. You can even log in with your Battle.net account. Use the coupon code. Matcherino will automatically add 50 cents to the prize pool for free if you just use that coupon code. They sponsor our Pro Series. Very nice of them to do that. Very cool.
And for a pro gamer, especially if you're not on the very, very top of the top, or if you're still trying to work your way up, it's very, very nice to have any penny, or and just every cent counts towards the prize pool.
Definitely.
Because especially in StarCraft, which is a quote-unquote dead game and things like that, it's having a resurgence, which is awesome. But it's really important for the prize pools to be as big as possible for these players, so that they can try and earn some kind of stable or more stable living situation, so they can get to the top and then, you know, be the next Mario, or be the next innovation.
Be the next Cyril.
The next Cyril. There you go. The newest one of the bunch. We need an NA Cyril.
Yeah. Neeb was almost that.
Oh yeah, Neeb was that. Yeah, Neeb was there before Cyril was.
Yeah, he wasn't really as dominant as Cyril was, though.
Yeah, he was still pretty dominant for a time being, though, until the Adept got nerfed and stuff.
Yeah.
So, spawning in the top right-hand corner as our blue Protoss player, on the favorable end of our match point, got 3 chances to close this last game out. It is Antis.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, the Brazilian Zerg player from Try Again. His name is TheZergLord.
Oh, the build has been swapped. There's no pool first.
Oh, okay.
In part because this map is gigantic.
Right.
So I can understand that. And actually, this is a map where I have heard arguments for going pool first, because the main base is so far away from your natural that it's worth trying to get the queens out sooner so that you can bridge them together with creep faster. But that is not the case for him this game. He's just going to instead go for the hatch first, and gas pool.
Gateway expand for Antis.
Same as usual.
Mm-hmm.
This map is a map where I could understand building your first pylon on the natural ramp, even if you don't do so ordinarily, because it can be a pain to wall it off unless you get started with it straight away. It is one of the bigger ramps. Or, well, it's not even a ramp. It's a natural choke point, per se. It's not even really a choke point either, but that's the
It's
best
so
word.
big.
Yeah, it's pretty bad at its job of being a choke point, but...
Yep. The entrance to the natural.
Yes. That little threshold. The natural. Alright, Cybercore finishes up. We see the adept here for potential harassment or just being a little fleshy bit of the wall. You can move around. Warp gate, as is assumed, unless you're Haas or something, I suppose. ZergLord coming in, making sure there's no probe at the third base here. Third base location, so that he can just do a little expanding, as he has done so now. He's not... Okay, now he's starting to build extra queens. I was going to get a little concerned for him here. And, ooh, Ansys does not opt for a Stargate opener this game. There's a change. Instead goes for the Robo.
Yeah.
So this map, due to the gigantic main base, is better for Warp Prism drops. So that could be a reason why he has a Warp Prism.
Right.
Could be looking to get a little bit more aggressive against the Zerg.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's a good map for it. That Warp Prism play.
Yeah, it's...
Especially if the ZergLord tries to take that middle base, because you can just hop back and forth over this cliff right here.
Oh, do you want to know what is one of the stupid yet annoying things that you can do on this map as a Terran player?
What?
3 racks right on the main, or right on the corner of their main base. Like right below their main base.
I've
and then
seen
you
that.
just float the barracks in and they can't see it most of the time. And you just stockpile Marines and then you just say, "Hi, mineral line."
Yep. I've seen that. I forget. It was something that was like casted on our channel, I think. I forget
Was
who
it?
it was. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I casted it.
Oh, well.
I just can't
And you've
remember who
definitely
it
seen
was.
it firsthand.
Yeah.
It is really, really annoying. So, there you go. If you guys are Terrans and you like to cheese and make people's lives miserable in all sorts of unique and creative ways, I'm not trying to discourage you guys. I'm trying to encourage it, which is why I'm telling you one new way to do it. Please do it. It's beautiful.
Look at this. We've got 4 gateways going down in the main, going up to 6 gates in a robo. No third yet. I think he's gonna go for an all-in.
Yeah, that lack of a third definitely is hinting at that. He's got the stalkers loaded up into a warp prism. Hello. Not building anything else out of that robo, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be a spamming I
He's
can't think of a
building
word. Brain fart.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, well, he ran out of gas, man. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll muster something together. Keep going.
I was gonna say Antis is building roaches, so he does look a little prepared for this.
Or ZergLord is, yeah. And
I mean, yeah, ZergLord, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I messed up already plenty of times. You're good. Yeah, and the roaches are already right on top of the stalker army saying, "Hello,
Oh,
please
that
go
warp
away."
prism is almost gonna go down. That would be a little anticlimactic to go down so early, but he does keep it alive. He doesn't have
manage to warp
blink, but he can use his warp prism in that manner. Some like the stalkers.
Yeah. Now that the queens are cleaned up, he's probably more inclined to do so. Yeah.
This is actually doing pretty good. Well, now that the Zerglings have come out.
Yeah, now he might want to start going home. That queen getting so close to killing that warp prism, it's infuriating. Alright, and he will get home with these stalkers, but now there's a ton of units on the side of ZergLord, and he probably is going to try and find a way to use those on the other side of the map soon to be. He's got Glio Reconstitution on the way, so these roaches will be speedy. They'll figure out how to move their little spidey legs faster.
Yep.
Oh, this warp prism isn't done. He wants to say hello in a different place today.
Yep. And there's absolutely nothing, not even a queen here in the main. Ooh. Roaches are going to be a little late.
Yeah. They're still slow roaches, so they don't have a whole lot of ability to do stuff here.
Oh, ZergLord does get a cancel on that Nexus, because he tried to take his third.
It's nice little 100 minerals down the drain.
If we look at the numbers, the game looks pretty even. Besides the fact that Antis is a little bit behind on bases, but not for long.
Yeah, stalkers are not the best when they don't have blink, unfortunately. So that huge commit onto the third base, and the fact that the TheZergLord held it without losing many drones at all is kind of important. Because it doesn't matter how many queens you lose necessarily, as long as you make sure that that warp prism is uncomfortable and that the stalkers are still dying. Because you can rebuild queens no problem. Your income will stay the same.
Yep.
Your injects might be a little bit wonky, but that's why you have a lot of queens anyways. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world to lose your queen. Ooh, and his tech of choice is an infestation pit.
I think he's gonna go try again. He's moving his army out. He's got a decent little army now. A much better army to deal with roaches. He's got 3 mortals, some sentries.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty scary.
And I believe he does he have? No, charge is not finished yet. It's almost finished though.
Yep.
It'll probably be finished here.
The Ravager count is kind of high up there, so these force fields might not do as much as they probably would ordinarily. And yeah, these force fields are not ideal for him to engage into.
Yeah.
So probably gonna have to pull back a little bit here. Try again with these force fields. That one does isolate a queen. Not the best force fields. Those ones are much better.
Yeah, that's a very nice force field wall. But he does bile them down.
And he's out of force fields, Antis is. So this attack is pretty much, it's got to do something right here. It's got to kind of kill the army or else it's going to get whittled down. Yeah, the zealots are coming in, but there's only 4 of them here against a lot of roaches and ravagers. So he might have to start pulling back here.
Oh. Morphing in more sentries. He's going to have a few more force fields now.
That does breathe life into this push.
I think he needs one more warping of zealots.
Oh no.
Zealots are so important for a Protoss army.
That they are. That
Evo
chamber.
Watch out. You're gonna get sentry's gonna get picked off here. He's not paying attention.
Oh no. Those are decent force fields, however, but these Ravagers are here to bust out the roaches. They are free once again. And that Evo chamber should have died a long time ago, but it finishes right after, or it dies right after +1 finishes. So these roaches have a lot more firepower to them than they did ordinarily, or originally. This is not going to be as easy for Antis to push through now.
Yeah.
Especially with 2 Archons, jeez.
He's taking a 4th base. He's getting his upgrades now. It looks like he's planning to give up on this
transition. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because these roaches are getting on top of this army fairly easily. More sentries do get warped in.
Nice recall.
Yeah, he has pretty much just the right amount of units to recall out, and the sentries are in that warp prison to, you know, skedaddle away. Having that 4th base in the production is very important. Because TheZergLord now is kind of on the back foot on the economic side of things, and that's never a good situation if you're a Zerg player. So he's opted to go for the cost-efficient route. This is a little riskier as a unit composition, especially on a map as big as Automaton, where you... Oh, actually, no, sorry. Scratch that. This is a good strategy for a map like Automaton, because it's so big. Swarm hosts... They can run around all over the place on this map, and it's going to be very hard to deal with them because they'll pop up in all sorts of random spots and then just run away by the time you notice that they were even there, because the locusts will be there for an extra like 10 seconds before this, or after the swarm hosts have run away.
True.
So he's got a big hit and run strategy to go for here with these swarm hosts. Or he can even just send it with the main army, and that's a lot of firepower that he's going to have with those swarm hosts.
Up to 128 army supply against the 78 of Antis. But Antis does have this warp prism outside the Zerg's base. I think he's gonna wait for the main fight to go on, and then while he's distracted, hit the main base.
There are 6 queens here to deal with that warp prism, though.
Ah, yeah, he saw it with the Overlord. So.
All right, swarm hosts going in. They send out the locust wave. In they go. Locusts don't do too much damage themselves, but they definitely distracted this army the Protoss army long enough for these Roaches and Ravagers to get into a decent position. The Zealots are more or less melted, but the fact that there are 4 Immortals and 3 Archons does mean that he will have to pull back. The Queens do answer the Warp Prism in the main base. More or less. Almost.
But look at the supply. 171 to 145. ZergLord is looking pretty good.
Now, of all the unit compositions that Zerg can make, I'm sure you've heard of the argument that Roaches inflate supply more than it probably should.
Yeah.
Swarm hosts cost like 3 or 4 supply.
Oh, right, yeah.
They are super inflating supply. It's
True.
a weird unit to do it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and the fact that they're not online 100% of the time means that it might not be ideal.
Dude, those...
Or he might not be in the ideal position. But it is a big army, I will agree.
Those, freaking swarm host skins. That looks so cool.
Can't tell if they're ready to
Are you on Ultra
poop out.
Graphics?
Yeah, I'm on Ultra right now.
They're like...
They do look cool blinking around and stuff. I can't tell if they have larvae or locusts or not, though.
Yeah, they do. That's why they're glowing, I think.
Oh, okay, I see.
That is so cool. That's an awesome skin right there. They're like emanating a mist.
Yeah, we see Antis try and go in to deal some damage onto where he thought one of the bases would be. Although this base is not going to be taken for a while because ZergLord literally put a creep tumor in the way. I'm pretty sure that's in the way.
Yeah.
So, even if he wanted to expand there, he'd have to go and kill the creep tumor first, which might take a little while. Given the fact that his army's probably not going to be in that area for much of this game. Actually, ZergLord is still even on bases with Protoss, which is not a good sign. And Antis is getting his 5th base on the way. It's halfway done. Oh, and that army of Antis is looking really, really scary. It's what, 8 Archons? Yeah, 8 Archons, 7 Immortals. There ain't much else than that, but those are some of the hardest hitting units that Zerg can ever have to go up against, and they're pretty terrifying. +2 attack as well. So here we go. This is probably the big fight of the game. Here we go. The Locust getting on top of those Archons, dealing a decent amount of damage to a bunch of them, but the Immortals are still alive. Oh, the Ravager Biles get on top of those Immortals, but it's not really going to matter because there's nothing to support them.
I think Antis might have done this. Holy crap. Wow. Antis takes the series 5-2.
Yeah, that was a pretty convincing best of 9 for him to win. So that's
yeah,
pretty
that
good
was an
for him
awesome
going
series.
forwards. Yeah.
Really well played from Antis. Great showing from both players. Fun series to cast.
That is true. Indeed.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you guys haven't done so already, please follow the Afrika channel. I think it's the star in the bottom right to add it to your favorites. That's going to be it for this stream. Antis has won the cash prize of $65. And
Yay.
actually, I think it's split. I think ZergLord's going to be walking away with some money too, so that's the good thing about these Pro Series matches. Everyone gets some money.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for this stream. We do have another stream on our Twitch channel in about an hour and a half. It's going to be a GM level clan war. So if you want to do that, go check that out. It's going to be in an hour and a half, 6 p.m. Eastern. But yeah. So I wanted to thank everyone again for checking out this stream. Any last words, N2O?
Hello, I am N2O. I don't know. I got a Twitch channel that I need followers on. So twitch.tv/ENTUO. Otherwise, I don't really have anything. Oh, thank you all for watching. First off, we can't do this without viewers.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense for us to do this without viewers. So
Yep.
it's good that you all come out and show your support and the fact that you're indeed entertained by all of this. And thank you for allowing me to be a co-caster today, Mr. Dropus.
Absolutely, it was fun, man. I hope to do it again
Indeed.
sometime.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, thanks, guys. See you next time.